Today on Canadian Firearms Review, we take a look at the Norinco JW-20. So this is a JW-20, and it's actually a direct copy of the Browning 22. Very similar. The only difference is you're going to be paying a lot less for this than you would the Browning, and of course, there's obviously the quality differences. First off, it's a breakdown, and it breaks down really easily and fits right into any backpack. I'll show you how it breaks down. You just unscrew right here, and then you have to pull the charging handle back a little bit while twisting it. You pull a little notch here, and it should just break apart like that. Now, the reason why you have to pull back on that charging handle there is because if you don't, there's a chance that it won't unlock, and it's important that you grab the receiver at the same time, because if you grab the wooden stock and twist back here, you get a broken stock. Now, I didn't break this one, but this is a very common problem with this model, is you get a broken stock right here, and that's from people grabbing it and twisting it so hard that it actually breaks the wooden stock trying to disassemble it. But if you disassemble it properly, it comes apart really easily. So once you've got it broken down, you pull it out of your backpack or wherever you're snowshoeing or you're hiking in the woods, and you're ready to use the gun. It goes together just as easily. You put the receiver and the barrel at a 45, you meet, and then you gently twist. You lock the little lever there in place, and then you go ahead and you screw it on. You screw it in really nice and tight, so that way you can minimize the play you have between your receiver and your barrel. That is one issue that this rifle does have, is the receiver and barrel lockup. There is somewhat play, a little bit of play and twist there, but you can tighten it up pretty much to where there's not a whole lot of play. And I mean, it's a breakdown rifle. It's kind of neat. It's an inexpensive rifle, and you get that cool feature that it breaks down. So moving on to the different features of this rifle, it does have a threaded muzzle there, so that you could thread a suppressor if you live in a country that allows it, or you could put a muzzle brake on there if you want to go that route. The front sight, bead sight, is actually quite visible. It's actually just a little brass ball or pin, and it's angled so where the sun reflects on it nice and easy to see, so it's easy to pick up. So moving up, you get the stock here, and the checkering is actually quite nice on this rifle considering the price point. I mean, it's nothing special, but it feels good in the hand. It's really nice and slimming, fits quite well. The receiver, the bluing on it is actually half decent. It's got kind of a little design in there that's kind of neat at that price point. And the charging handle is the same as on the Browning. It's underneath here. You just charge it with your index finger. It's very simple, straightforward, and it's bottom eject. It actually loads back here in the rear. You remove the plug in the back. You turn it 45 degrees, and then it slides out just like that, and then you insert the rounds in here. You can fit up to 11 rounds in this rifle, but I had a hard time getting more than 6, just because I think it has to do with the inner tube. Might be a little bit rough. I feel like stuff's catching on it, and it's almost to the point where you have to kind of shove the rounds in there to the point where it's kind of sketchy. So I only typically load 6 to 7 rounds in it. If I were to go walking in the woods, that's really all you need to do small game hunting. But if you want to try and fit up to 11 rounds, it's possible. So the rear sight is adjustable for elevation only. There is no windage adjustment, but you can adjust the elevation. And it is drilled and tapped, so you could mount a scope on here if you wanted to do so. The safety on here is actually quite nice. It's quite large and very easy to access. So that was one feature I actually did enjoy about this rifle. And the overall shooting experience of this gun is actually quite fun. One of the features is that it's so inexpensive, and I think that's part of where I get my joy out of it. It wasn't a huge investment. It's something I could throw in my book bag, go snowshoeing in the winter and do some small game hunting, something that you can bash around in the woods and not really get too upset if you damage or scratch it up or anything like that. So it is a nice little backpacking rifle, and it's one of the few 22 breakdown rifles. If you're looking at breakdown 22s, you can get the breakdown Rugers, but those are getting pretty expensive. And if you just want something simple, this is a really good option. So if you're looking for an inexpensive 22 to go bush bashing, snowshoeing, hiking, something like that, you can just throw in your book bag. You might want to take a look at the JW-20. You can purchase them for about 150 bucks, so it's relatively inexpensive for that style of rifle. If you like the video, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out our other videos. Thanks for watching.